Later on tonight, the next update for PUBG on Xbox One and PS4 will be hitting the test servers. Update 5.1 will bring us some new changes to Miramar. It'll add a scope to the Win94, Season 5, as well as Survivor Pass 5, Badlands. And that'll all happen tonight, October 23rd at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, all the way until the live server maintenance is complete on October 29th. And at that point, we can expect this update to hit the live servers and we'll be able to play the new season and the new Survivor Pass. The test server region will be North America. The only perspective available is third-person perspective, and there's solo and squads. Also with this test server, since it's basically focusing on Miramar the most, the only map that you'll be able to play is Miramar. But let's quickly go through and see what all is included with the 5.1 patch. Like I mentioned in the beginning, Miramar is being refreshed. They've added some things to Miramar, including a racetrack, the new gold Murado which spawns in the garage and hacienda, and they also got rid of some small objects and trash in and around buildings to reduce clutter and make movement easier while looting. And I think the most important update to Miramar with this patch is the item spawn rebalance. They're increasing the AR spawn rate by 12%, the DMRs by 29%, snipers by 42%, the Win94 by 30%, and scopes in general by 18%. They also reduced the pistol spawn rate by 31%, and the spawn rates of helmets, bags, vests have been increased slightly. Now, is this enough to make a big difference on Miramar? We'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to get out there and play it for ourselves and see if we notice a difference, but I would have liked to have them increase this more. I think the weapons are okay, maybe the ARs could have been buffed a little bit more, but the scopes needed to be upgraded even more. If not the 4 times and the 8 times, at least put more red dots and hollows across Miramar, because at times it's almost impossible to find any optics at all. And you heard me right, they increased the Win94 spawn rate by 30%. Now why would they do that? Why would they actually increase that? Because it doesn't seem too hard to actually find one, and that's because they made a major change to the Win94. They've added a 2.7 times scope, which is affixed to it permanently. It can't be removed, it can't be upgraded, but the Win94 now has a scope, making it a much more viable DMR option. Watching some PC gameplay of it, it does look like a lot of fun to use, so I'm definitely going to try it. Once I get on Miramar, either on the test server or the live server when this goes live, I'm going to try out the Win94 because it definitely packs a punch, but with those iron sights it was almost impossible to shoot, so I'm really happy to see the gun improved in this way. But they also made a change with this patch to now the Win94 will only spawn on Miramar. Personally, I'd like to see all guns on every map. You can have the chance at getting every single gun in every single map, but PUBG for whatever reason doesn't want to do that. So instead, they just make more guns exclusive. They've also added vending machines to Miramar. Vending machines have been placed on Miramar and in the training area, and they provide a new looting experience other than picking up items on the floor. You can actually activate this vending machine and it'll spit out painkillers or drinks. They're at set locations on Miramar, the arenas, casino, gas stations, motels, and commercial buildings. But if you shoot the vending machines, a really loud alarm will sound off, so just beware that these things might go off if somebody shoots them. And Survivor Pass Badlands, Survivor Pass 5 is coming with this patch as well. They've changed some missions around, they've changed the way things work. I'm not going to go into great detail here on this video, but for now, if you want to see more information on this, my friend Blitz5 actually did a video going over all the things that you can get with the Survivor Pass. He has the game on PC, so he was able to actually get some footage and preview a lot of the stuff that you can actually attain with the Survivor Pass. So I'll have that linked in the description, so if you want to check that out, feel free to do so. And once this pass hits the live servers, we'll be getting Survival Title System Season 5. And this season, they increased the amount of SP gained in each match, making it easier to climb the ranks. But once you hit 6,000 SP, once you get to that survivor portion, if a player marks lower than 30% of overall result, both considering kills and placement in a match, a player will actually lose title points. Now you won't be able to go under 6,000 SP, so once you hit Survivor, you'll be Survivor. But if you go AFK or you perform poorly, you can actually lose SP rank, making it much harder to get the Lone Survivor rank. They don't want people cheesing Lone Survivor, they actually want people that play the game to be rewarded with that. And here's some enormous news for PS4 players. Custom matches will be introduced with this patch as well. So finally, PS4 gets custom matches. And it looks like it's going to be similar to what we have on Xbox. Players can choose 2 types of modes to create or join, and at least 10 players are required to start each match. You can keep a game open in the waiting room for up to 40 minutes, and custom matches do not support cross-platform play at this time. Hopefully that's something we see in the future. I think it'd be really neat to see some Xbox versus PlayStation battles in custom games, so hopefully this is something that's added. But that's really huge news. PS4 players have been begging for custom games for the longest time, and it Isn't really fair that Xbox has had it this long and PS4 had to wait this long just to get it, but hopefully this news makes you guys happy. Some other quick changes and new features with this patch: you can actually now throw items to teammates. So if you use the radio message system and you say, "I need 556, your teammate, if they're within 15 meters of you, if they look at you, they'll be prompted to push the X button on Xbox or the square button on PS4 to actually throw that item to you. Items can be thrown a maximum of 15 meters. While running or in a difficult to reach position, teammates may be unable to throw items to your location. So that's pretty cool. You could be behind cover. You don't want to jump out of cover and go give your friend a first aid because you can get shot. But if you're within 15 meters, you can actually throw that first aid to them and help them out. And speaking of throwing things, you can now throw melee weapons, and you can stack melee weapons in your inventory. So now we have a use for the machetes and the sickles and the crowbar and everything that's not a pan. Before, carrying around a random melee weapon besides a pan was pretty much useless. But now you'll actually be able to throw them at players, getting an awesome final kill, or just defending yourself if you don't have any bullets. The machete, crowbar, and sickle do damage of 75 to 25 based on the distance, and it's a maximum throwing distance of 40 meters. And the pan does damage range from 90 to 40 and can only be thrown 30 meters. The greatest amount of damage that you can inflict will happen from 15 meters or less. After that, you'll see the decrease. To do this, you'll want to hold the left trigger to aim, and then you throw it with the right trigger. There's some Erangel specific changes as well. Red zones are no longer spawned after Phase 3, and vehicle spawn rates have been slightly increased on regular or mountain roads. Driving sound volume has been reduced for some vehicles, thank goodness. The audible range, frequency, and volume of wave sounds have been reduced, and the volume of water-related ambient sounds, including wave and river sounds, has been reduced. These are all great changes in my opinion. Some of the noises in PUBG are way too loud, including the red zone, so it's good to see that maybe we can save our ears on sounds that really don't matter. So that's pretty much it for this patch. We're going to be able to play it tonight, like I said, at 7 p.m. Pacific time on the test server. And then about a week later, October 29th, we should see this hit the live servers, giving us this new content, a new season, and a new survivor pass to grind through. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What are you most excited about? Do you think this is going to be a good patch, or do you just not really care about these updates? I think some of them are kind of so-so, who really cares, but I'm always excited to see a new season and a new survivor pass with missions, especially when you have some rough times in PUBG. It's nice to fall back on those missions and feel some sort of accomplishment when things aren't going your way. Remember to like the video if you found it useful and subscribe to stay up to date on everything that I publish. Follow me on Twitter at YTBoris15, but with all that being said, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Until next time, I'll see you later.